out of spite. I got lean in my hand, mixing it up with this pride. She wanna catch flights, destination Dubai. She gets whatever she wants, as long as she's loyal to mine. I got like 45 watches, still I can't take any time. No guys, nothing nice, bunch of lies. With your arms, 65s, dusting off like the flies. Call it cats, chase them mice, sending rats, rainbow guy. It's on site, yeah I might.
Ventriloquist or puppeteer, diamonds in my ear, new foreign ride every year. I'm in foreign gear. Plug show up with the pack, it's gon' disappear. Stick shift hustle, I stay in fifth gear.
I'm Mr. Body Catcher, Slaughter Gang Soul Snatcher.
Alrighty, well, we're gonna be starting the Starlight in my truck today. I want to try to get this done in about 2 days. I'm hoping. I am not a professional and whatsoever, but I've been watching so many dang videos on this. Pretty sure I could install it. I was supposed to do this on my 350Z. I had a kit for it and everything, but I never did it. Wish I did, just so I could have learned. But we're gonna just learn with this big boy. We're gonna go ahead and start taking clips off, taking all our everything off. Just try to get this headliner off. Hopefully tonight, and then I'm gonna map it out, put all the stars where I really want them and all that stuff. This kit ended up being a little more crazier than I thought it was gonna be. I want to say it's like 1300 plus, so we're looking at like 1500 stars. I want to say about 100, maybe like 250. I want to say is shooting stars. I could be wrong, but I gotta count them up and everything, make sure. But hopefully today, get this headliner out, at least be able to map where I'm gonna place it, where I'm gonna wire it in and all that stuff. She is pretty hot still, but I think what I'm going to do is disconnect one of the heads on the battery, just because I have my lights on and stuff, and I don't really want this thing going dead on me. But I already have the sunroof cracked open. I know there's like a few pieces I have to dig in there. And low key, I got this thing like years ago. My homies hated on it when I bought it, but this was at Walmart, super cheap. I bought it because I was like, I want to see if this thing will break. And I had this thing for probably like 2 years. It put a lot of stupid things together and took apart. But it's gonna help me out today. If not, I do have the impact. But I want to say we got to pop those off as well. These little clips, pillars, just all the plastic pieces to expose these screws, and then start getting this off. Ended up having to bust out the hard big guns, but I'm taking off the pillars now. Just on the driver's side so far. Then we'll move, make our way to the passenger. Not gonna lie, I don't know how good I am doing on time, but I did fly through the passenger side, got the rear already out, middle, and these bolts, so all this is already exposed. Last but not least is just gonna be our middle. I know a lot of people start there, but just because I was having the problem of trying to find a screw that would fit that, I'm gonna go ahead and start somewhere else. But we're actually getting a little bit of rain right now, which is not the best, so I might cover this up. Might come back at it and start playing with the inside. But man, we're right there. I'm gonna head through a tarp on top just to make sure it's not raining in here. Want to go ahead and popped off the middle piece, popping off the headliner itself entirely. This whole thing is kind of dropping down now. Still got some wires I'm gonna have to look into right here that's connected to the mirror and stuff like that. But so far, she's like right there. So not gonna lie, this looks kind of scary, but I'm gonna figure out where I can place this box and how I'm gonna have it all wired up, but got it all out. Like I said, I've seen multiple videos, and the way they did it, they kind of just ripped this whole wiring harness on and then they hot glue it back on later. I didn't want to do all that because I kind of did it right here, but just didn't look how that was already coming out, because they look worse on the videos. They like full rip that out. So I went ahead, made it a little harder for me, took the whole wiring harness out of the whole top, kept these on those. So this one's for the mirror and this one's for the whole upper control panel for like the sunroof, to tilt, everything. Honestly, this is what's kind of making it a little harder, is usually some of them it's just like a motor that shoots one way, so this could sit like in one area. Since it's shooting on both sides, it has to be placed like this, which sounds like it would be easier because, you know, I could run that side to that side and run this side to this side, but like I said, just trying to figure out placement and wiring, because this wire is kind of long but not the longest. But once I figure out where I could tap in, then we're set. Once I figure out where to tap this in, get power, then I can figure out where I'm gonna have this, and then that shows me my length where I can start putting my print or whatever, my dots, 1500 dots onto the actual headliner itself. Trying to figure out the wiring, kind of really get it, but there's a big old storm brewing up. The sunroof is still open on this thing, so I covered it as much as I can. Go ahead, I already have the battery, everything disconnected, but we'll go ahead and pick up where we left off in the morning. Hopefully we get this done all day and tomorrow. Start of day 2. Hopefully this is the actual end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully today we get this all installed and finished up. But I got the truck already ready to go, headliners out. Add a fuse. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these. Hopefully they have it at AutoZone or O'Reilly's. But I'm gonna go pick up one of those. Hopefully that makes it a little easier. All it is, it's called an add a fuse. So I should take the fuse out, put that in there, put the fuse in, and then have that wire actually connected to it already. So I'm gonna go try one of those out instead of doing it the way I've been, because something ain't doing it too correctly. But I'm thinking once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and wire my cord through the top here and through this passenger A pillar. So I'm gonna run it through, have it probably stick out through the back end, just so I can hook up my projector or whatever up top. But let's see what we get into. I went to go get the piece that I thought I needed. I ended up getting the wrong one, so I'm actually gonna just take the fuse out, take it with me this time, because I kind of just guessed. But little mistakes. The one I needed was a 3-prong. Let me see, the one I ended up buying is a 2-prong. So if I can't find one, I'm gonna end up having to strip the wire a little bit more, and then I'll just run it around this whole fuse. But like I said, I'm trying to do this as really clean as I can, so it's just gonna take a little bit more time. But back to damn AutoZone. Can't find the 3-prong fuse adapter I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and overnight it. But while that comes in, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start mapping out exactly where my stars is. But we're gonna start with these shooting stars. I got 200 of them, so about 10, 20 each, and then we're gonna do some long ones, short ones, have them shooting a different cross. We'll see how this goes. I ended up finding a new and better placement. I'm gonna have it on the side, so it's gonna actually be right above, or the projector is gonna be right above the passenger rear, and it'll kind of make it easy. All I have to do is pop a screw off, and then if I need to unplug this or check it all out, that's where it's gonna be. And it has plenty of room. I was actually gonna try to squeeze it over here where it might show a bulge, and over here where the sunroof might hit it. Looked around, there's more than enough space against the top and the headliner, and then because the bracket actually comes down to this, and then that's where it screws into. So there's like a good size gap. I got plenty little ones marked up which direction I'm gonna have them go. Just got to start drilling holes now. Wish me best of luck on that, and then we'll start breaking down the other 2 projectors and putting the whole 1300 stars. Shoo. Whole shooting stars, but we're going back into it, which is going to be a lot easier now since we figured out how they're actually supposed to go. But we ended up just getting one big knot. It wasn't going to work out, so we undid them all, drilled every single hole, but made about 20 shooting stars. Puppy. Yes sir, yes sir. Still going in. It's now about 2:43 in the morning, but we accomplished 80. If we keep going, we're gonna go ahead and get this one, and that'll be 100. So far, so good though. I'm gonna go ahead and come back once we finish the 100 and start wiring and taping it all up, making it look actually flush and nice. But so far, all these little strings dangling down here, you can start to see it come to life. Oh man, I can't wait for this. Here we go on day 3. I'm gonna go ahead, start doing the rest of the shooting stars on the Starlight. Got another 100 left after that. And once we do that, then we can actually connect the 650 strains and start the actual stars and just start placing dots everywhere. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up for today. But this kit does, I'm saying, like, if you got some homies and some time, perfect. This kit's perfect. If you like to be patient and be really critique, this kit's perfect for you. But it is time consuming. It is just a little wait. I did order the part I need for Amazon so I could actually install it in the truck. But I'm thinking that I could be able to finish up the stars today at least, so I could see what the headliner is going to look like, glue it, snip it, all that good stuff, and then maybe even install it. We did the shooting stars first, so these are going to be the shooting stars. I put directions, spaced them out evenly, because there was one that we did that I didn't measure out. I just drew it up and said good, and so we realized it was a little crooked and stuff like that. So then we started getting the straight line, measuring it up evenly, dividing the stars in between. So that kind of took some time, just making sure it was perfect, I guess you could say, or very critique. And then we got some hard ones that are like in the current churns and slots. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up wiring these, and then I think I'm gonna tape the whole individual star itself up and then wire it into one big wiring harness. Well, went ahead and finished all the shooting stars finally. So we got 20 shooting stars on the whole headliner, all completely done. Now I'm just gonna go back and make these wires pretty. So that's what I was kind of doing with these, making this look nice, and then have these actually where they need to be. So I'm gonna just clean all these wires up, and then I'll probably hot glue and clip these right away just to see, you know, how I did with the shooting stars, and then go ahead and start mapping out the 1,300 other stars. But those should be a lot easier because those are just some random placements. But this one was a little more crucial because we have to pull. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that type of order. So we have to pull one from here, 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 and so on to get the actual full shooting star. So that's why it's all numbered and stuff like that, and then the direction where we're shooting it to. I see why every Starlight video is like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. They don't really show you everything, but went ahead, taped off it all. Just got this top piece to still do, but it looks a lot cleaner now that it's like in its own wiring harness per se. But it looks way cleaner. But we're gonna continue to finish that, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing. And then once I'm glued, I'm gonna flip this over, or not flip it over, but go underneath, start cutting. But oh yeah, see how these are all still wangling around? This looks way better. And yeah, taping off each star, just making sure it looks good, and then feeding it in or out depending on where it is. Ran out of hot glue towards the end, but as you can tell, it's pitch black in here for a reason. But we finished the shooting stars, all but 3. But let me go back over here to where it's darker. So I have the headliner actually flipped around, so we'll see what it actually looks like. Oh my. Oh my gosh. This is so sick. Yo. These are so clean. So we got 20 shooting stars, all completely, or pretty much done, just besides those 3, like I said. But bro, these came out more than perfect. Even if it was just these look pretty great. But now I'm gonna go ahead and start counting up the 650, dividing that all up, and then we'll start moving them to where they need to be. Oh yeah, these came out so sick. One more. Oh yeah, but here we go. Almost done. Keep admiring that over there, but getting this all counted up. There's still another band I need to do. This one right here. Let me turn that down a little bit. But this one I needed to finish up, but so far I'm just counting them out and actually dividing them up. Finally getting into day 4 of this Starlight kit. Hopefully you can get it actually finished up tonight and installed hopefully tonight.
Stop the cap.
Doing corner at a corner, you can see this little cross in the middle here. I divided it into 4 squares. That's probably the hardest corner, just being with the projector and everything on that side. So we went ahead, started there. I think these ones are going to be the easier ones because there's not that much space and we can throw these stars everywhere. But went ahead and actually shortened these because these are already too long and it's kind of getting annoying having to find the whole end. So I shortened them just a little bit just to make it easier. I shortened all these ones because we were stepping all over them. But it's coming out clean. And what I like about this is it really doesn't look like, when these lights are off, it still looks stock. Like there's really no damage to this thing, which is really nice. So I actually ended up getting a little bit of rain. Puppy's out there getting a little wet, but that ain't gonna stop us as we are continuing to work, getting super close now as we finished one section, and this looks crazy. So I just snipped them enough where I'm able to get under there and look at it and stuff. Could just give me some more room because I'm stepping all over these little strings everywhere. But so far so good. I'm starting up the top passenger side now, and then we'll do the back driver side and then the driver front. But so far so good. And then I have them different colors because it's 2 different projectors. So that purple is coming off of one projector and then the pink is coming off the other. That's why I have these all braided up. But yeah, it's pretty much I have to grab one, and then they'll light them out. But I already put 230 drill holes or dots, stars, whatever you want to call them. So I'm just gonna slowly start from back here and make my way forward, and then do the same thing on the other sides as well. Yes, 1,500 stars later, 5 days, like I don't even know how many hours. I stood up till like 3 a.m. multiple days, but this looks insane. Let me show you everything. So I got the crazy kit. Oh, upside down here. Oh man. Yes, this is so sick. I'm gonna come back in the morning and go ahead and install it back in the truck. It's kind of raining right now and I ain't trying to get this thing wet at all. But man, this came out so sick. About 5 days, and I don't even know how many hours to be honest. But if you do you plan on doing Starlight, you need a lot of electric tape, a lot of hot glue, shit, motivation, and if you can, get some homies. But man, for the most part, this was one intriguing install I never done before, and one headache, but the outcome is outstanding. But we'll check in tomorrow. Hopefully we can get this in nice and smooth. I'll show you tomorrow. Oh yes, so it's been a headache, but finally got it in. Shooting stars everywhere, wired up and everything. Like I said, I didn't do that headlighter part because I'm always having my sunroof open anyway. 1,500 stars, baby. Oh man. Shout out to all the boys that helped me put this in last minute. Got it in nice and smooth, thankfully. But yeah, just making sure all the clips went back together and putting all the little bolts back in and snapping it in. Oh my gosh. It's currently like 1 a.m. I was gonna go cruise it, but I'll just wait. But man, this thing's so beautiful. Well, this is pretty much day 6. Day 5 we finished everything, got it installed. I was just checking to make sure everything was good, but this looks so great. I know it's daytime, so it's kind of hard to see, but if you do want to plan on doing your own Starlight, recommend a lot of glue, recommend some homies, and a lot of electrical tape. But other than that, you know, another job done. Wasn't too crazy, but it was pretty crazy. Especially for me, I don't really care for doing wires and all that stuff. But man, this came out more than beautiful, and I love it so much. But I'll see you guys on the next one. It should be Sling and Smoke, where that event I'm be heading up to next. I'll see you guys then. See ya.
No, this time ain't yet, but he told me seek my face. Child, I read Psalms out so his face I could seek that. Lean on that, learn to repeat, that. Heal on that.